Hi and welcome to Hanka's Knitting Crafts Knit Along, the mix and style range. So before we start, there's a few things you need to know and to get together. So first of all, from the materials, this is my second page of the patterns. This is the second page. So from the start, it's all the materials. You will need 4-ply yarn. I am going to use this yellow one. I have an orange, I have a little bit of green, brown, white, and this pink. It looks more like a plum color. And then I also have these tiny fluffy scarf yarn that I'm also going to use in some place. I have my 2mm needles. You need at least 3 because some of it we use as a stitch holder. You need a cable needle. If you don't have a cable needle, there's no problem. You can also use a double pointed needle. I will show you when we come to that. We need stitch holders, or you can use safety pins. It all depends on you. You need your tapestry needle to sew your seams. You need scissors, needle and thread for sewing on decorations. I have a measuring tape, which I probably would use for something. And then you can use buttons, you can have lace, you can have ribbons, whatever you want to use on your clothes. Then you need a model. Mara is going to help me with this range. She is a modern standard Barbie. The clothes will not fit a vintage Barbie. Some of it will fit, but it's not made for her body. She has a very, very thin middle, and her bodice is different from the modern standard ones. So because this is clothes and it needs to fit a doll that you did not make, you have to knit the test square, because we all knit differently. So I can use 2mm needles and 4-ply yarn and I get a dress that fits the doll, but when you knit it, it might not fit. So that is why you need to make a test square. With 4-ply yarn and 2mm needles, I cast on 10 stitches and stocking stitch 12 rows to get a square of 2.5 by 2.5 centimeters. That is the smallest square possible for a test square. So I've used that one. Then basic abbreviations, only the most popular ones. The other special abbreviations will be on the pattern itself to make it easier. So it's just the basic knit, pull, stitches, stocking stitch, increase, where you knit or pull into the back and front of the same stitch, knit 2 together to decrease, pull 2 together to decrease, knit 2 together through the back loops, slip 1 stitch, yarn over, pull the slip stitch over, and then something near and dear to my heart, copyright. The patterns in this range is and stays the property of Hanka's Knitting Crafts, designer Marianka S. Brewer. You may not copy, alter, reproduce, sell or share any of the patterns itself. You may sell the items that you have knitted. You may share the web link to a friend who wants to knit these patterns. And they can download the patterns themselves, You may print it, one copy for yourself. You can't print it out and share a print out copy to your friend. That is not how it works. They need to download it themselves. Otherwise, I lose in the end. I don't get any credit or any help. Sorry, that was Tinky, the Stitch supervisor. So yeah, I think that is it for today. Soon you will be able to download this and print it out for yourself. And then I'll see you on Monday.